All right, folks. Sorry about that. Slight delay there. Bay ended up calling just as I was going to start. Go figure. But welcome. Today's going to be kind of chill stroke. If you've never come to one of our streams, it's more like this. I go around the blockchain. There's another show that's actually called that now, so I'm like, oh my goodness. But yeah, I go around to different degens. There's also another show that like uses Degen Cypher. I just know too many content creators, so I'm like, you just gotta call things the things you want to call them. But I've prepared a list of watch later Degen videos for us to go through. That's what I'll say. Preparing way and watch later Degen videos for us because that does not sound smooth. People, you ruin it. Yeah. Let's pop that up. Poop this boy right here. Apparently gotta drag it over a little bit. And then here you guys go. We're gonna go through a few videos that I've queued up here, from things that I just find to be interesting. Oh, there was a whole South Park segment that I'm not gonna watch that on stream. Actually, I'm just going to whatchamacallit, do my own reactions to that. I kind of just wanted to watch through them, but I'm going to start with this interview somebody had the other day with Plan B. Plan B is a pretty famous cryptocurrency investor slash analyst. I'm like, I would say analyst, I guess, most of all. And he does on-chain metrics and market. I don't know. Like, he's just an interesting analyst. We're going to listen to this for a second. It's always in 2x speed here at My Match Gaming. If you find anything that sounds interesting, go ahead and make a clip. Post that clip in our Quartermaster channel. You might just get a reward for it. Yeah, that said, Quartermaster channel of our Discord, by the way. But that said, let's push play on this thing and listen to some stuff.
Welcome, everyone. It's Angelo Robles, host of the Angelo Robles podcast, and the founder. A little bit about that as well.
Yes. So I was used in the institutional context to use more models than just one. And maybe I should do a little sidestep as well. I'm a sailor. A lot of Dutchmen have sailing boats. We like to sail to France and England. And so we like to sail. And you need to know where you are. So you have your compass, you have your eyes, and you have your GPS, and a lot of other instruments. And I really like to have redundancy in the instrument. So multiple instruments for, in case of emergency, when an instrument breaks, you have a second and a third and maybe a fourth instrument to determine your position. And the same is true for investment. I think you never should invest on only one model or one thought. You should always have other angles in mind. And so a fundamental analysis viewpoint is one angle. A technical analysis viewpoint would be another angle. Macroeconomic angle. So I'm always used to use all those different angles. And the stock to flow model, I would say, is a fundamental model, or at least as close as it gets, because it uses scarcity, a fundamental aspect of commodities, to value this asset, Bitcoin. But you can also use stock to flow ratio, which is a well-known ratio in the commodities world, to silver and to the gold market and even to real estate. So that's the fundamental view. But of course, I also do have technical analysis views. I tweet a lot about the RSI, the relative strength index, the 200-week moving average, which is purely price-based, Bitcoin price-based. And the same is true for my floor model. So the floor model got some attention. I guess it was August, no, June. I published that, and it's kind of a moving average when then done otherwise, purely based on price, and it could very specifically point the minimum Bitcoin price at certain months, even like 5 months ahead. And 3 of those 5 months were spot on. Last month I missed, was a big miss, and this month, well, it doesn't look like I'm going to make it, but the floor model is still, in my eyes, a very useful model, a very useful view. And then to make the story complete, I have a third view, which is the on-chain analysis view, where you can look at things like realized price, realized cap, and other on-chain analytics. On-chain analytics is a new area. It's very specific for Bitcoin because you have the blockchain available, so you can look at all the transactions worldwide, 24/7. If the volume is coming from big wallets, small wallets, old wallets, new wallets, exchanges, miners. So there's a lot of information in there, and it certainly makes a very complete view to have the fundamental, technical, and on-chain models available.
For sure. Well, it kind of answered one of my questions, Plan B. You were so eerily accurate. Me and others were wondering, is Plan B Satoshi? Unless you did a misdirect with us in November. So I don't know. Now I do have some doubts. We'll see. But let's get right to it. You brought it up. You predicted in 98,000, I believe it was, price of Bitcoin by the end of November, 135, I believe. I could be a little off, I get it, by the end of December. So we're not done with December yet, so who knows? But let's focus on November. It didn't happen. No model is perfect. We all understand that. It actually makes you more human in many ways. What went wrong now that you have a chance to look back at the last couple of weeks?
Yeah, and if you allow me to go 2 months further back, so I was able to put those predictions out in June 20th. It was, I guess. And I said it would be 47 in August, 43 in September, then 63 in October, 98 indeed in November, big miss, and 135 in December. So after those 3 hits, some people indeed thought I was Satoshi or a guy from the future, which of course I'm not.
So you say, but okay.
Yeah, just a guy with a model. So what went wrong? Yeah, well, lots can go wrong. Models are all models are wrong, and some are useful. George Box used to say that. It's a very famous saying. All models are wrong because they're simplifications of reality. reality, but they can be very useful, like the navigation in your car, for example. It's not reality, but it brings you from A to B. And the same is true for models. So what went wrong in this model? Well, lots has happened, right? We have seen, since we last spoke, the Chinese mining ban. So half of the mining capacity was located in China. It was banned, and it relocated to all other places, the US among them. We have had an Omicron, a new COVID variant that gave some flashbacks to March 2020 when the market dipped to very low levels, including the Bitcoin price. And we've seen the Evergrande default now recently. So there's all sorts of news that sort of impacts this Bitcoin price that is, of course, not in the model. And yeah, but one very important thing about the floor model miss of 98,000 in November is that this is a first time in 10 years that so we have 150% return.
We gotta jump around this thing.
Which is a Sharpe ratio of larger than 1, and there are not so many assets that have a Sharpe ratio.
If I just listened to it by myself, I would take more time.
Thing I look at, and that gives me a hard time looking for other alternative investments that I could rotate into when Bitcoin goes up above my mandate or above my personal levels. So yeah, when that risk increases even more, which is maybe not that possible, or the return comes down, because the risk will be high, is high, and will probably be high, but the return could go down. For example, this year, if you look at this year, it's only 66%. And if I say that, I always have to laugh. Yeah, 66 is not bad, but with 80% volatility, that makes a Sharpe ratio lower than 1. And if you would have 1 or 2 or maybe 3 years of lower risk return or risk adjusted returns, that would give some thoughts, and that would probably make other assets more attractive. So there's lots of reasons why that could happen, but up till today, I don't, even with the current drop in price, I don't see another asset with a risk return profile as good as Bitcoin.
Does Bitcoin need to double every halving for the risk return to be worth it?
Yeah, at least.
Right.
Yeah, more, because actually it 10x every halving in the past, right? It's gone from a cent to $1 to $100 to what is it now? A little bit under 50,000.
Ugh, I don't think we're gonna do anything outside of this one.
One of the things that stands out in my notes is that, thinking back to Gordon Gekko, who said greed is good, you basically say fear is good, and we're in a period of fear, and that may tee up a better market early in 22. Explain.
Well, I think that actually the outperformance of the S&P 500, Tyler, maybe going back all the way to since the financial crisis, I think has been based on fear. You know, when people are fearful, they're going to still invest in the stock market perhaps, but what are they going to do? They're going to go into the largest blue chip, most well-financed companies, and those that have an independent growth source not related to the economy if they're concerned about that. And that's large cap growth, that's new era, that's tech, that's been dominating everything else. As we head into 2022, the relative PE, relative valuation of everything but S&P 500 is cheap, whether it's small cap stocks, mid cap, cyclicals, international markets, everything but the S&P 5. And the key to getting people, other parts of the market to outperform, I believe, is lifting confidence finally. And I think we have a shot at that sometime next year. I think the two biggest fears we've had, Tyler, of late is COVID and inflation. And I don't know what's going to happen, but I suspect as we move through 2022, we're going to move COVID in our heads from a pandemic to an epidemic and move on. And I think inflation will moderate, even if it doesn't return to 2%. If it just starts to moderate, that'll eliminate a lot of intense fear of runaway inflation. And if we lift confidence, I think that's going to run through the market in a big leadership shift away from large cap growth stocks, more to the broader marketplace that I highlighted. We just haven't had this entire COVID crisis a period of confidence.
More than that, Jim, you're even highlighting in your newsletter that if you go back and look to 1950, that these periods of massive increases for inflation, for CPI, have been followed by relatively good stock market performance laid out for us. I mean, I'm looking at the 70s here, and I'm thinking, oh, we think we have it bad now. It is true, in the 70s, they walked uphill both ways.
That's right. I mean, when you go back, I can't remember the exact number to test it, but there's something like 14. This would be the 14th major spike in inflation since 1950, if we're peaked out at around 7% here. And 10 of the previous 13, was 1 year after peak, resulted in very good S&P 500 gains. The average for all 13 is something in the ballpark like 13%, but the average for the 10 was closer to 20% returns after inflation peaks. And you don't have to, you can say inflation can stay elevated, but if you just think it's close to a peak, that's traditionally been a really good time for the stock market in the coming 12 months after that. You can kind of see why people are fearful of inflation running away, and when they find out it's not going to do that, it's early.
Shepard Smith here. Thanks for watching CNBC on YouTube.
Staking. It's cryptocurrency's favorite way of rewarding the long-term holders by increasing the number of tokens they hold in a network. For their staking, people get a percentage mechanisms like Ethereum. Some are okay with some inflation, like Cardano and Solana, and some will eventually stop their inflationary policies. Networks, giving users, aka customers, greater guarantees around the validity and timeliness of the external data and often turning green, aka they are done. So Chainlink staking isn't coming this year, although there are other projects working on this brand new form of staking through service agreements who are launching before the end of the year. Yeah, by the end of the year, you will be able to stake with these next crypto projects, and that stake is tied to real-world businesses, jobs, and cash flows. This is massive. Now back to those projects who are bringing the stake before the end of the year, and the first project is Energy Web Chain. Energy Web has released their staking white paper titled Energy Web Decentralized Service and Adoption. While there is Unibright. Unibright, in collaboration with the Baseline Protocol, provided other enterprise Ethereum All-Stars, put out the base ledger.
Oh man. Okay. So look, Chico said he was done the other day, right? And he's been feeling all depressed and stuff like that, and blah blah blah, like all this stuff. Like, I'm not saying it like it's bad or anything like that. I'm just saying that that's how he told us in a stream, in a video, that that's how he felt. He didn't know when he was going to be back, etc. And then we get this video that comes out about cryptocurrency and staking And then it says sponsored energy web, like, you know, there's some chain link stuff, and then sponsored energy web staking, and then like it goes out. This almost seems like an entire ad video from Chico, and I wonder if this is like partially why he's like depressed. Like, are you just like, did you just get like, are people saying you're like what you call it, sell out and stuff? I'm like, I don't know. That's a nice chunk of the video is commercial right there, but I'm sure he like also believes in the project. But it's just like a nice chunk of it, and I don't know. Maybe that's what's wearing on him. Anyways, at that point, I'm gonna go through this one because that was pretty much the video. A large portion of energy web staking, chain link staking not coming this year, and the video was about end of year. So,
Breezy, baby, coming to you live with another lit video, baby. I ain't gonna tell you about no market cipher, green dots, and all that stupid shit. We gonna make this money, baby. Before we do all that, let's get to this, baby. Y'all know how we do it, man. Y'all know how. That's me. Woo! Yesterday you couldn't get it back up, but they got the of course a good day of always. Woo! Let's get to it, baby. Hey man, as you can see, Chrono Geoform is still going, baby, still popping, contract still growing. I think it was working on the website or something yesterday. You couldn't get it back up, but they got the of course a good day of always have a backup site. They got the backup site, you know what I'm saying, still doing its thing. As you can see, I ain't even withdrawing nothing yet. Look at that. I ain't withdrawing nothing. You know what I'm saying? Y'all be a little kid, but y'all get $2 in there. Well, you know, I got 75 cents. Y'all do, man. It's all good. I know how it is, man. You know, you finally start making money in crypto, baby. You want to make that money. You know, you want to get it. The CRO that was going up. It was a 50-something, 77. You know what I'm saying? Even this one, I ain't withdrawing nothing. You know what I'm saying? It is what it is, baby. I'll be no rush about all that, man. It's just a little something in the background. Calm down.
77,000 CRO invested, bro. Jesus. So threw in like $25,000 or something.
Now people, you know what I'm saying? You know, the calm people want to make the money in crypto, bro. Even kill at all times. You know what I'm saying? But anyway, let's get to what we came here for. Boy, let's get to this drip guard and drip liberation. Boy, we broke the site yesterday. Boy, everybody was, hey man, this right here, like drip. I give you liquidity pool token, and you plant. You don't think how many plants you get. You know what I'm saying? You buy them and you put them in there. This is how you compound. This is how you withdraw. This wasn't out to be grayed out for me because I ain't gonna never hit it. So what I got 1,500 plants. I got 204 seeds available. I'm gonna go ahead and compound those. Bam.
And I put Money Match Gaming on one of these, so we're gonna be doing this too.
I'm my word. I am not withdrawing. I am compounding the whole time. So I come back on video and look. I started with 1,500. Show you what I got in here. You know what I'm saying? That's what I do. Gotta support the platform, baby. This thing here is a life change. This could be a generational life change for a lot of people, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like your kids, got so much stuff coming. It's crazy. Ford working like a madman behind the scenes. Now I'm up 1,800. Now I'm getting paid on the 1,800 plants instead of 1,500 plants. I'm over here. This is what I'm doing right now. But in the end, I'll be doing it right here. You know what I'm saying? Just like the same thing I told you about the original drip. I kept telling you, bro. Don't worry about this little money. We get drip like $3.50 or whatever. Don't worry about that, bro. Hey, let me tell you a little secret. Let me tell you a little secret about drip. Here's the secret. He who has the most tokens wins. Period. Don't let nobody tell you anything different. He or she or it or whatever y'all call yourself, right? Get you some more. Get you some more drip and get you 5 drip. Take that drip and get you 10 drip. Get you a gold. Get you 100 drip, bro. What about? Oh, my computer. I need to start a computer phone.
Jesus.
I need help you buy. A lot of folk that work at Best Buy. A lot of folk that work at Home Shop. All right, so we got 108 eligible. That's B. That's 5 drip. I don't do no 1, 2 drip, man. I don't do no 1 or 2 drip. 5 drip. What drip? I $60? That's $300 a person, bro. $300 a person. That is crazy, man. Like, y'all just don't understand how much money I can win. And do something nice for people, man. Like, if you making money, man, anything in crypto, get somebody $100 bill, man. Somebody you wouldn't expect it. Your sister, your brother, your cousin, your auntie, anybody. Watch the look on their face, man. Seriously. So you can imagine how much money I give away on here, how much money I give away in person. I give away a lot of money. That's why I'm so blessed. You know what I'm saying? Oh, man, don't do me like this, man. Don't do it. All right, man. So I'm going to do this. Go ahead and do this, man. I'm giving away this money. But anyway, like the video, comment, subscribe. Holla back at your boy, man. Oh, the link to the new site for the backup site for the Chronos contract. I'll put it in the description for people. I'll be here probably about midnight doing this, so pray for you, boy.
All right, and that is going to be all we have before we get right into Gods Unchained. So right before that, I'm going to put this on a very short break and adjust some things over here on the computer. Make sure that it hopefully it doesn't mess up too bad. All right, folks. May the computer gods be with us. All right. He's right. All right. Let me shut down Discord too, because Discord is a little hefty on the computer. You're a little hard sauce. And then I do want to try to bring up a stream of this. I could also just watch this on YouTube for a while. I might just do that. I might just watch the stream on YouTube for a while and tell myself I'd start doing that some. Hold up, I'm on the home page. There we go. So, doing this so I can try and see if there is a... if it gives us a decent view. Hopefully, like, you know, like last few times I've gone to Gods Unchained, and, oh no. What? They're like, this is unheard of. Is this all because I pushed the fucking button at the top? Damn it. Alright, back to the wait screen. Oh my god. I'm like, excuse me? I just logged in. Hold up. One second. It's still loading up for me. She's struggling today. Oh, hey. You can do it, God's Unchained. I believe in you. Oh man, that really make me log in. Dude, I really need a new keyboard too. That's what I should ask for fucking Christmas. Like, you know what's bad? My keyboard. That's what's bad. Shit is sticky. Sticky buttons, sticky buttons. Like, what if this didn't go so slow? Oh, I can't even tell if it's just going slow or if there's something else. But there's like there's a new goddess on the window. I don't think I've seen this image before, so I think this is an update for the new thing. A new light character, or maybe it's the previous character I just never seen before. I think you guys got to see her briefly before I swap screens. I'm gonna keep it that way because it's pissing me off. Yeah, like I couldn't tell if I typed it anything correctly. Oh, this shit's fucking around. Oh, it's so annoying. My god. It's like, why is it gonna be so slow too right now? It's just so slow to like even like register. Big pause, all graphics freeze, computer hums heavily. Crowd can probably barely hear it. There's vomit on his stomach already. It's mom's spaghetti, something else and whatever. Yeah, you guys know the lyrics. You know the song. Boy, got nothing but time on our hands. Time to talk, get to know each other. That's my vacuum cleaner in the background. It hums. People like to think that it's miners or something. Like I'm so fortunate enough to be able to own mining equipment. Man, that should be getting me wild. People be like, "Oh, well, you mine, right? I hear you. I hear you're miners." I'm like, "No, son. That is funny. You're funny. Funny lad." Oh my god. Like, you have to throw me for a loop with how slow this shit's going. Not gonna lie. Dope. Oh, yeah. Bro. Yeah, nothing about it. Oi. I'm going to do this. Just load up here. Actually, went on a little food break. God's Unchained currently says we're currently experiencing some instability that may result in players being unable to log in or perform a few key actions within God's Unchained. We're working on a fix for it. I think I have to open it again or something. Try to create a session or token. I think that's just me changing it. Close it open. I don't know if I totally closed it by just pushing the X button. Well, maybe it won't be God's Unchained. Shit. Oh, wait. I did hear about some people were talking about during the day. I think maybe it's just high volume. Because I got to play last night when not a lot of Americans and stuff like that were on. But other people during the day on Twitter were talking about they had tried to do so many matches and it failed all these times, and so they just gave up, and yada yada. And I'm like, damn, because I was trying to earn this Marsh Walker. Marsh Walker cost 7,500 of these crystals, or whatever they are. I don't know, they end up getting stars. What the fuck they're called? But it's like an in-game currency. And it is a 1 mana card. It does 1 damage. But the beauty of it is it has 4 health. So a lot of earlier on cards, 1 mana, 2 mana cards do 2 damage. They do most of the time 2 damage at least. 1 or 2 damage. So he'd be able to take an attack from 2 of them potentially and put them down to 1 hit. And that's if you don't do anything to buff it. If you start buffing this card. Oh, and it has regen 1. I didn't see that. So not only can it take those 2 hits, if you don't attack it with 2 cards at least in a turn, most likely, it'll just heal up half of the damage that it probably took. I'm just talking about it right now because as they were saying, some of the stuff's not loading up. Daniel. Alright. Well, we tried. We're gonna have to switch it up. Change the titles. And then pull this down. We have a Halo event this weekend, so we can mention that. I should pop that link up. Although I think the Halo events need to be 2v2 or free for all. Izzy's also echoed this opinion, but I'm trying out this 4v4 format because you never know till you do it. So I just think it's easier for people to sign up for 2v2. You need to be like, oh yeah, I'm on. Are you on? Yeah, I'm on. All right, let's go. Oh, and you just increase the prize pool of it. Yeah, I'm like, I don't think we had to increase it, honestly. I think it was more so like a pushing more money to people that are, you know, just gonna get like 2 people to eventually fight for it or something like that. Like, it's not my opinion of how you should do that. But fuck it. Sometimes we do my idea, sometimes we do your idea, huh? Alright, I wanted to let drip climb back up a little bit today. It didn't quite bust through. Did it bust through 6? It needs to get over 610. Oh, it did. 64, 34. 64, 35 right now. Yeah, this is showing wrong numbers. So that's good. I have what I needed. I think I have what I needed. We can prep for some other shit. Boom, bam. I think I have what I needed. Yeah, I'm like, I hate selling so much drip. It just feels wrong. But I guess like some of the other people just sell a fuck ton of drip all the time. But I don't know, man. One more day of drip. One more day of drip. One more day of drip at a time. At a time. It's nice that our esports events can get like $30 or so a day. That means like each week, you know. We're getting really close to it being. I wanted it to get to 50 a day because we claim twice a week. That means if we were to completely drain a week, obviously you want it to be like double that, $100 a day. But even at the 2, we could either do $50 a week events we don't have to pay for. Or we could totally take the prize from those 2 days. Like, it's gone. All that you collected those 2 days is gone. But you can do a $100 event. Probably wouldn't do that. We'd probably do like the 20 or 50 or something like that. And like slowly let it stack up. I think that's a smarter way of going about things. Not just expending yourself all the way. Yeah, but God's Unchained doesn't seem like it likes us right now, or that it likes anybody, or that too many people like it, and so it's closing itself off to the world. But that's okay. We'll be back with some traditional games. Probably switch it to Halo, which we have not played in some time. Now, be nice if Restream updated and it was like, "Yo, you like Halo?" Like, yeah, I like Halo. Okay, because it's one of the most played games now, so here you go. You can type in Halo. But they don't have it. They have Halo Master Chief Collection. Sons of Smurfs. Alright, stream come down.